Okay, I'm going to show you how I energetically build orbs and stuff like that. So, when I was back in my subjective state, I was in a subjective space where my mind was creating realities around me that kind of played into my own story. We each have a story that plays into that, but the one part of the story was creating a galaxy, and that was several hours. It was very draining on me because you just got to learn the language. There's a quantum language that is used by the field, um, but everybody has their own way of contributing to that. So phrases like individualize me or transmute energy to a purpose. You just speak it like you would in a search engine. Like if you're searching for something, you use that kind of phrasing. Very simple. But what I can start with is just creating an orb here. Just compact the energy there. It's not very difficult. And you'll feel it get a little bit more solid. And then what I can do is just compact it down a little bit further. Now this is an energy that's not very balanced at all. It's kind of wobbling a little bit. So what you can do is smooth it out, pull it thinner like this, and it will oscillate. It's oscillating like this. My hands, I created some very dense points called the one original thought. The one original thought is what the original creation of everything. But I have my own version of the one original thought that I can put at the endpoints there to kind of stabilize it. So now the energy is spinning right in front of me. But I can grab it again and put more. I could say enable auto balancing. And then the thing becomes auto balancing. It's the orb right here, just floating kind of in front of me. I don't see it, but I can feel it. And you pick your intention. I can take it and shift it back and forth. When I put something into it, it is part of the field, so it's going to ripple back to me. So this orb, which grow it a little bit bigger. I don't have to keep pumping. You just send a stream of energy into it, like this. And as I keep adding energy, it's going to keep growing and growing like this. So I can say, enable auto learning, where patterns can learn themselves. And so it sits here. The orb is not really oscillating right now. I feel it growing like this, slowly growing. But you want to compact it down. And what I can say is box this energy. That way it won't be influenced by other vibrations. When you create an orb like this, all of creation is going to start suddenly affecting it. And if you're trying to create your own particular creation, like if I was to mold with clay, I'd create a statue or something. We're starting with this. It's just a sphere. It's boxed in now, so it's not going to get the influences from outside the boundaries of the box. And that's like the different dimensions. They're isolated in a certain way so that they don't get influenced by too much by other creations. So now this orb is it's basically very stable. So what I can do is I can squish it a little bit and it will ripple like this. So I can then take it and give it a little bit stronger push and it comes back to me like this. So I can toss the energy back and forth, take it into my hands. It's a little bit hard because it's an energy there. So I have this orb I just created. I put it into my hands now, but I can program it feeling. I can say take the archetypes and build this orb with the information provided by archetypes. So then I can. This is some spiritual mass that I created. You can create spiritual mass out of thin air, basically. It's existent time-space, not space-time. It's basically the field. When you're working with a field, you're working with time-space. So it's in my hands now. I don't feel it outside anymore. My hands are just now tighter. I feel a slight buzzing in them. So with this mass, I can take this and shift myself. And then my field will ripple. I can go back and forth like this. And I ripple down. It shakes my body. Now I can go up and down. you get a counterbalancing thing in your hands, you can grab, there's an emotional ray that comes out, it just shoots through me. I can grab that and shake it. I'm shaking my field, so it's oscillating my body as well. So up and down. This is how you reach towards levitation. I haven't built myself the ability to do levitation yet. Then my hands will start floating. And what I do is I surrender to the feeling and let it do what it wants to do. Then I can say let some of the language through too. Dele que me fonsta jikele weyu ganye hansta vejute bene kante handosa wille vendur jingalea. I think there was something about money in there. The thought of money came in. So when you look at money, it ripples down here. I got so much spiritual mass in my hands that they throw my body's weight. This is like when you create galaxies. You got to be careful. Your spiritual mass can be a galaxy, and you can throw galaxies off as easily as you can throw your body off with the spiritual mass I had in my hands. So. And that's just a little ditty on, you could just try different things, like circle. All I'm doing is counterbalancing my field with this amount of energy that I put in my hands. Okay, and snapping like this really builds it. And you learn to just let it go. It's cool. Mesete fanstach vienjach. Gule de distana gavanda kalihano. Epikitistifi. And that's the using energy fields that you create to counterbalance your own field. So remember, every word you say ripples out in the field, and it causes distortions to come out, which is not a bad thing. It allows us to move our bodies. So when you have a lot of energy in your hands, slight movements, my feet are shaking just by doing this. Or now let's go easy. You'll find a resonance frequency and just go with it. So it's all good. Once you can feel energy patterns, take them in, and you can create energy patterns, you could do magic. It's incredible. Thank you.